Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, the Prime Directive. Listen here, we were talking between episodes. The Prime Directive was really interesting, I think. This is only funny to us because we're recording this immediately after.
Yeah.
But again, like the Prime Directive, like, okay, so when does it stop becoming like a thing that when are we actually going to have a definitive answer on is it ass or not? The answer is yes, it is ass. But when is Star Trek finally going to say that? Maybe I
in a show or something.
Yeah, I guess it's when other aliens become involved in Starfleet. Like we've had Vulcans, we've had Klingons. I think eventually there's something with the Ferengi in Starfleet.
Okay. Yeah.
I think like when more of the larger universe becomes aware of humanity's mission to explore strange new worlds, etc., will that become less of a thing that you need to worry about, like interference.
Because just because like as the Star Trek universe moves on forward, there's got to be a point in time in which everyone knows about it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, today we're watching an episode. I'm excited about this. Today we're watching an episode called Q Who.
Q Who?
It's been a while. I'm excited. We got Q back, and actually a decent pun this time. I like it. Q Who. It's fun.
It's good.
I can't get over Hyde and Q. Did somebody really think that Seek sounded like Q? I don't get that. Anyway, we're gonna get to post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Q Who. Jacob, let's talk some lists.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, this is my friend John's favorite episode of season 2. It's also my friend John's 8th favorite episode of the entire show, which is pretty big, I think. It also appears on 2 other lists. It appears on Screen Rant 2023's top 10 list of TNG episodes, number 7, and also at number 7 on IMDb, ranked overall in the entire show. So, pretty big episode.
Pretty big. And, well, I could see why.
Pretty big episode. We got Borg, baby. We got Borg. I had heard of the Borg.
So have I.
Heard of the Borg. And once they started showing up on screen, I was like, okay, I've seen this design for a monster or whatever, a character in TNG, or related to Star Trek in general before.
Absolutely.
I was like, cool, that looks familiar to me. Just one of those, I guess, massive Star Trek things that I hadn't realized that I hadn't encountered yet in Star Trek. I was like, oh shit, cool, I didn't realize we were here. That's great. That's fucking awesome. This is a great episode.
Really good episode.
Big fan of Whoopi Goldberg here.
She is on fire this episode.
I'm a fan of her in this entire show, and an episode actually focused around her is really big for me. I love Guinan. She's a fantastic character. And Imp, apparently, I'm guessing on a similar degree as Q.
Because they talk like they've been like old enemies.
200. She's at least 200 years old, at least. So yeah, how about that? I also get the sense, I'm really now realizing this especially, I don't think Q can be defeated. I don't think Q can be stopped. The episode is ended by Q just like kind of saying, cool, thanks for giving me what I want, and he just
leaves.
And he leaves. Like, he doesn't, like, he's not defeated. We don't defeat Q. Like,
we don't defeat the Borg even.
We don't defeat the Borg, because the Borg also is something that this episode squarely says that we cannot deal with.
Star Trek, current Starfleet, not ready.
Yeah.
Far from ready.
Yeah, I loved that last scene between Picard and Guinan, where Picard comments on Starfleet's complacency, which actually is really interesting, going off of Pen Pal's last episode as well, and talking about the Prime Directive. Because this is interference at its finest. It's technically Q showing Starfleet its future. Like, I get the sense that the correct course of history, if you will, is that the Enterprise would have eventually found the Borg, and if Q had not been there to get them out of it, they would have just died.
Yeah.
Like, or been converted, perhaps.
Yeah, I think
I kind of get Cyberman vibes.
Yeah,
right now.
I get Cyberman vibes from them too.
Yeah, and they didn't really delve into like the any sort of like conversion things, because the idea is, as it was presented to us, was first off, there are Borg babies. There are Borg humanoid figures. I don't know how they're getting the babies, because I don't think those robots are reproducing.
I mean, but who knows? They might have found a way to artificially make babies.
Yeah, but then also they wouldn't need to start implanting artificial AI into them, like from the second they're born.
Fair enough,
as Riker puts it. So
I'm sure we will see more of this concept.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Also, a big Cyberman fan from Doctor Who. I like some Cybermen. I like some Borg. I already like what we got here. The Borg ship, the interior of the ship looked really cool. The outside is just a box, and I'm like, cool, that's fine enough, whatever. The interior I really liked, though. I thought that was cool as hell.
Well, I think it being a box demonstrates immediately that we're not dealing with the average, like, space enemy. We're dealing with something that doesn't care for, well, aesthetics, first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's a box that's kind of wiry, even. It's not even, like, a shiny box.
Yeah.
It is purely for practical means, this box's design.
Yeah. I really love that. I also, something that I really loved about this was that the Borg they are not a menace because of what they do, or because of the way they act or anything. Like their actions are so strictly, I would say, just robotic, for lack of a better phrase, I should say. Like, it is so specifically, like, this is just what they're doing. They didn't, like, talk menacingly. They didn't put in a big funny voice or anything to, like, say, like, oh, look at how scary we are. Like, no, they just are. They're there.
They just are. That's the best way to put it.
Exactly. Like, that great moment when the first Borg arrives on the Enterprise and, like, knocks the guy off his ass, the one crew member off to the side, and just, like, keeps messing with the computer. And it's like, no, he doesn't, like, go there and say, like, stay away from me, or, like, he's not, like, scary. It is just what is scary is the fact that he does not care. Also, on the matter of pronouns, I said he now. The first thing Q says to Picard is neither he, not a he, not a she, etc. I'm like, okay. And then immediately after, in the very same scene, Q says, look at him, look at what he's doing. I'm like, what are you doing? You just
made a semi-big-ish point.
Yeah.
That it's an it.
It's another one of those things that, like, realistically, we did not have the language at the time to talk about gender non-conforming people with proper pronouns or anything. So there's a default. We've had this conversation with Data before.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, it's like, realistically, if Data were as a character that was created today, we'd probably just say they, and also, recording these way in advance, I feel like I can predict the comments. I can predict the comments.
Go ahead.
I can do it. I got this. I believe in myself. Okay, the comments are gonna say, but you see the measure of a man happens, and Data, they say he, and Data is a man, as they put it in measure of a man. Okay, you can still do measure of a man with a non-binary person. Like, the point of the episode is not specifically that he is a man, it is that he's a living person.
Yeah, that he is a person.
That is exactly what it is. It's called the measure of a man. It's a shorthand for the fact that they didn't have any other language at the time to refer to Data. Trust me, if Data were created today, he would be non-binary. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that he is non-binary. I'm trying to say if we made that character, that exact same character today, if that character hadn't been thought up already, he'd be non-binary. Anyway, Q-Who, great episode.
We're introduced to the Borg. Phenomenal idea. I was vaguely aware what they were.
I didn't even really know what they were. I knew of their existence.
I knew of their existence. I understood they were of a cyborgish appearance.
Yeah.
But that's all I knew, and I don't think like in a real world situation where, like, a pseudo-military situation like this comes up.
I mean, Starfleet is the military, essentially.
Yeah, I'm referring to the Enterprise specifically.
Yeah.
Like, this would prompt so much change so quickly.
Well, yeah. So that's something I'm curious about is will this... it's obviously going to affect Starfleet's development. In what way, though? And will... I always hope for time travel shenanigans when I see shit like this in Star Trek. I want time travel shenanigans. Give me time travel shenanigans. I would love to see, potentially, the alternate future in which... Like, the far alternate future in which Starfleet didn't start developing these things early,
Right, because realistically, if Starfleet operated like a proper government/military, there would be so much new investment and new development going on in how to... Somewhat unfortunately, the first thing that I assume they would do is how do we defeat them.
Here's the thing also, is we're 2 years early. I believe that's the implications, because they said if you started traveling now, you get to the nearest starbase in about 2 years.
Yes.
That's also implying that they would have survived. So, let's say in 2 years, the Enterprise was supposed to encounter the Borg, and they would have just been destroyed, because that's what would have happened. Then Starfleet still at large still doesn't find out about the Borg.
Yeah.
It takes way longer than that. So I think big implications for the future here. I'm very excited about that.
Unless the Borg have developed faster than, like, Warp 10, travel, which is theoretically possible. We don't actually know what they could do.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a minimum of 2 years in universe time.
Yeah.
So I suspect we'll see them sooner than that.
Yeah. And we didn't even get out of this without casualties. 18 Starfleet crew members die.
Yeah.
Like, it's rough. It's really rough. Like, Picard loses people, and he, like, chews out Q at the end there for it. Also, on great Picard moments, I fucking loved the "We are frightened" speech.
Yes.
Great moment. He's just like, no, like, we are frightened. Like, we are scared. You proved your fucking point. You win. Q fucking wins. Like, Q isn't defeated. It's great.
No, Q is defeated. The Borgs are not defeated. And we have just established 2 different kinds of enemies now.
And I love the way that Patrick Stewart just delivers the take us to the nearest starbase. Like, he is just like, let's move the fuck on. We need to do something about this.
We
right
have
now.
critical information that we need to tell people.
I so often think of this is gonna be a weird point of reference. The Justice League animated series concept of like of the Justice League finding out about the alternate future in which Superman killed Lex Luthor because he was the president.
Yes.
And when Superman in our universe finds out that Lex is becoming the president, he takes measures to be like, let's try to make sure we don't turn out like that world. But in doing so, they end up becoming more like that world. That's
fascinating in and of itself.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I totally get where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. Final note, did John Delancey always pronounce it Picard? I'm not sure if he did.
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's been a long time since we watched Hide and Q, and I honestly just can't remember. So, there's that.
There's that.
Alright, I think that about does it. What a fucking episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob.
Goodbye.